Hello and thanks for staying with us. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service speaks on customs matters in the country. Also on customs reports, the image maker of the Nigerian Customs Service speaks on border trade in the country. Plus, more report. I am Egeseme Edine. Stay tuned with more report. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service has been speaking on customs matters as the Nigerian Customs Service celebrates Customs Day in Nigeria. He said that the Nigerian Customs Service will continue to promote all the policies as approved by the federal government, alongside with policies that will help the nation to generate more revenue, alongside seizure in all formations in the country.
Been happy if this list does not contain the police. We must instill discipline. And I want to say, with all sense of responsibility, that I believe personally that I have no regret that we as management agreed to introduce the custom police as a unit that will instill discipline. They have been doing exceptionally well, and I believe their presence has tremendously contributed to our compliance and discipline. I therefore commend them and thank them for what they are doing. Then the seventh on the list is we are now getting to individuals who have performed exceptionally well. And as 2020, you know, one of our biggest problems has been the ravaging pandemic. And therefore, we cannot but give credit to the medical department for doing exceptionally well. And here we have Controller Nandam, who has done exceptionally well and is representing us at the CDC team. Then H is the CSC AF Labo, although also of the medical unit. And then 9th is DSC AB Niniola from the headquarters. 10 is DSC Geo Ata. Then we of course have government agencies who have performed tremendously well that merit this certificate. Among them is the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, which is the CDC. Of course, if we would have not done justice to ourselves if we skip CDC, because they have been very active and they will continue to be active. Like I mentioned in the beginning, nobody knows the day COVID will be over. And therefore, this organization will continue to be relevant in our lives, and we must continue to listen to them. And we must continue to listen to the scientists and not behave like Trump, so that we can save ourselves and save this country. The next is Port Health Authority. This is also along the same process of protection and ensuring that we are safe in the course of doing our duty. Then the last list before me are the stakeholders. And these are freight forwarders, organizations that have contributed to our well-being and the performance of our duty, and of course, trade partners. Let me start with CETEX Medical. I knew they have donated so much of this equipment that we require to stay safe in the course of 2020. And therefore, they deserve a certificate of merit. The South Korean Embassy, thanks to my good brother and friend, we have enjoyed so much from them, from COVID protection equipment to vehicles, and of course, the last donation they did was to give $300,000 through the Nigerian Customs Service for the purchase of 30,000 test kits. That has been processed. Very soon, those test kits will be on our shows, and the donation has been done to the CDC committee, the task force. And so when they come, I'm sure they'll be landing at the port. So I'll crave the indulgence of our port command to ensure that we fast-track the process and bring them to the task force. We need test kits. We want to get to know how many of us are carrying this virus. More so that there are now so many variants of it. We have the Brazilian variant, we have the UK variant, we have the South African variant. We are yet to know whether we have a variant different in Nigeria because we do not have enough test kits. So we need those test kits to be able to know our situation and protect ourselves. Then Grimaldi Groups of Limited. This is a company that deals with oh yeah, forgot the term. Thank you for reminding me. These are terminal operators, and they are the ones that receive goods, store them, and of course, after clearance, release them to the owners. This company has been doing exceptionally well, to the extent that we feel they should be honored in this day. Then the Nigerian Medical Association also have done exceptionally well, and therefore deserves a merit award. And Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC is a trading partner. I have on good record that they have been paid. They are one of the most compliant companies that we are dealing with in terms of payment, prompt payment of duty, no cutting corners, no undervaluation, no magu-magu, and no chua-chua. So we thank this company, and we expect that other companies that we are working with will adopt the method employed by this company in the process of their clearance of goods. And last but not the least, the tailored ocean air freight. These are freight forwarders, and they are one of those organizations that have shown integrity and honesty in their own conduct, and therefore deserve a merit award today. We want to assure the public that with the coming into force of e-customs, the robust support of the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank of Nigeria, and indeed all Nigerians, Nigerian Customs Service will effectively deliver on its mandate. Here, I want to pause and say that what we leverage on is information. And of recent, we've discovered that fellow Nigerians seems to align with smugglers more than they do with authorities like customs. And we are appealing to border communities, most especially the leaders of border communities, to realize that customs and all other border management agencies are there to ensure their safety, their well-being, and most importantly, to ensure that they carry on their business, illegitimate business. But as long as some miscreants among them continue to embark on smuggling and illicit trafficking, we will have no cause to relent in our efforts to make sure that we enforce compliance. So I appeal strongly to our border communities to realize that it is in the interest of them, most especially, and the interest of the entire country, that our borders are kept safe and well protected. So we therefore join them, to join hands with our officers and men, and give as much information and stop aligning with smugglers to fight customs. We will adopt a no-nonsense posture. We must enforce the regulations that are given to us by government. Therefore, we hope that together we can work to protect our borders and make it safe. Nigerians will discover that with the right working tools, especially deployment of modern technology, cross-border economic activity can be quick, smooth, and transparent. As we promise Nigerians the customs service of their dream, it should be noted that the support of citizens via supply of credible information is crucial. Together, we can have the Nigerian Customs Service whose activities will help to make the country a preferred business destination. Finally, I want to thank you all for listening and pray that Nigeria will continue to be safe, and that we pray to Almighty God that we will live to see the end of this pandemic, and then normalcy, or the new normalcy, will resume, and then we will continue to do our business in the best way we can.
The customs community comes together, united in celebrating International Customs Day, which officially falls on 26 January of each year. This special day enables WCO members, the WCO Secretariat, and Customs Worldwide partners to dedicate themselves to taking forward a particular theme. Thus, throughout 2021, under the slogan, Customs Bolstering Recovery, Renewal, and Resilience for a Sustainable Supply Chain, the customs community will be focusing on emerging from the global pandemic and support people and businesses by strengthening the global supply chain, reinforcing collaboration, harnessing technology, and putting people at the center of the transformation process. Indeed, as customs will be moving to reconstruction in the wake of COVID-19, members will be invited to embrace digital transformation at the borders, paying particular attention to automation, the use of innovative technologies, and the adoption of collaborative approaches with all stakeholders along the supply chain. Customs being uniquely positioned and mandated at borders can contribute to a sustainable supply chain in the following ways. A, reinforcing collaboration to drive the recovery process. The economic impact of the pandemic on companies has been colossal, with considerable disruption of global supply chains. The Herculean task of reconstruction cannot be undertaken in isolation, and the expertise of all border agencies and stakeholders will be a decisive factor. Customs will be called upon to demonstrate its leadership during this process at the national and international levels. The COVID-19 crisis has demonstrated that coordinated border management is possible, efficient, and can be further institutionalized at international and national levels. The sound implementation of the safe framework of standards, including the AEO, authorized economic operators, standards, and cooperation with other government agencies, appears to be a relevant focus in this context. Given the increase in e-commerce observed during the COVID-19 period, it would be timely for members to implement the WCO e-framework of standards on cross-border e-commerce in order to address security, and facilitation in the context of this emerging supply chain trend in close collaboration with stakeholders. B, embracing advanced technologies to enable renewal rather than return to how things were before. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown the importance of major innovative and technological concepts, which the WCO has been promoting for years. These include all digital and paperless clearance methods and the use of technology for implementing effective controls and facilitating, enhancing, and accelerating processes. Irrespective of the pandemic, customs administrations have been sensitized through specialized forums and conferences about the benefits that can be reaped from the integration of technologies based on the use of big data, telematics, and the cloud into customs operations. Building on the lessons learned, customs administrations should look at the way goods are cleared at borders from a fresh perspective. Non-intrusive inspection devices, blockchain, artificial intelligence, sensors and connected objects, and other technological advances offer tangible benefits in terms of collecting, combining, sharing, and analyzing data, and these benefits should be maximized. C, putting people at the center of change for a resilient and sustainable supply chain. In order to address the vulnerability of customs to systemic risks such as pandemics, customs administrations will be called upon to build on the lessons learned and ensure that no one is left behind as we move towards a deeper transformation. To create greater resilience, people should be at the center of the recovery model. Citizens around the globe have changed their daily lives drastically to adapt to the new reality. By the same token, customs are called upon to rethink and adapt the way they operate and enhance the preparedness of their staff through awareness raising and capacity building for the provision of a professional service. At the same time, resilience cannot be achieved without integrity, diversity, and inclusion. A lack of integrity in customs can distort trade and investment opportunities, undermine public trust in government administration, and ultimately jeopardize the well-being of citizens, which in times of recovery could prove to be a recipe for failure. The WCL will continue to provide guidance, help to share best practices and information, and deliver capacity building and technical assistance support to members for the achievement of the above goals. As in previous years, I am fully convinced that customs administrations and the wider customs community will rise to the occasion, fully committed to actively promote their efforts and activities aimed at bolstering recovery, renewal, and resilience for a sustainable supply chain. That includes sharing relevant practices and activities with others at WCO meetings and in key WCO publications.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The outgoing controller in charge of Park Customs Command has been speaking on seizures of pangolin made by his command. He said that the suspect arrested by his men will soon face the law.
Upon 100% examination, it was found to contain 162 sacks of pangolin scales weighing 8,800 kg, 57 sacks of mixed endangered species of various sizes, such as ivory animal horns, lion bones, etc., destined for Haiphong, Vietnam, 854,719 tons and valued at 952 million naira. We arrived at this figure because 1 kg of pangolin scale in China is being sold at $550 as of 2019. Then in Malaysia, $500 per kg of pangolin scale, while in Vietnam it's about $149. So we took the average of $282. So that's how we arrived at the 952 million naira as the value. The Convention of International Trade in Endangered Species entails that custom administrations all over the world protect wildlife by intercepting illegal trade on such animals. Pangolin, scaly, shy, and sensitive are believed to be the world's most trafficked non-human mammals, accounting for as much as 20% of all illegal wildlife trade. Their scales, which are made of keratin, the material in fingernails, have no scientifically proven curative properties, but are in high demand for use in traditional Chinese medicine. Consequently, all 8 species are threatened with extinction. Despite the 2017 ban on international commercial trade of pangolin scales, experts estimate that more than 1 million pangolins were poached from 2000 through to 2014. Presently, one suspect, Mr. Felix Oname, a male of number 17 Chief Joseph Ude Street, Igando, Lagos, is currently in detention and is being interrogated. After due investigation, the service headquarters will take necessary action in line with environmental laws, guidelines, protocols, conventions, and treaties on environment.
We have bags of cannabis sativa, what we popularly call Indian hemp. You can see sniff or smoke this Indian hemp. You are able to go outside a normal human being, and you will be prepared to go into any form of crime. So this goes a long way to even affect our children in the society.
Up to the wrist.
So that you move inside a bit, so that you capture and get.
You can see them in different shades, different colors, using the same trick.
Just before I round up this week edition of the program Custom Support, we brought you a report where the Nigerian Customs Service has continued to generate more revenue for the country. For me, Igi 718, thanks for watching.